Hello, everyone. I'm back. Yeah, I wanted to do my Artificer survey, um, while I was recording. I don't think this is going to be the most efficient way to do this, mostly because, well, I'm going to be looking back and forth between the current Tosh's Artificer, the UA, and, and this. So, if this video is long, you have something to watch for a while, and that's fun. I have lots of thoughts, but I probably only have as many thoughts as other people because I am not special. Anyway, moving on. Have you played an Artificer character in 5th edition before this Unearthed Arcana? Yeah. Have you playtested the Unearthed Arcana Artificer? Look, it's been 2 weeks, brother. Like, how many people do you think have a group of friends that they can just run one shot with between every single version of these? That'd be cool, but, How do you feel about the Artificer base class? I assume as presented in the UA. It doesn't say, but I'm assuming it's as presented in the UA. Just the base class. Just how they presented it here. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan, all things considered. Sorry, I make my own, like, 5e homebrew. This doesn't make me, like, I mean, yeah, every DM makes homebrew. Yeah. Fair enough. But, like, once again, doesn't make me special in any way or more qualified to talk about this. All I'm saying is if I made an Artificer, it would be way more interesting than this. As it is, it's just a half-caster wizard with, like, bad magic item features that no one cares about. So, I don't like the Artificer. Take that, Artificer. How do you feel about the features of the Artificer base class as presented in the article? Alright. Level 1, Magical Tinkering. Just gonna go over it, so you know what this is about. I feel like it's helpful in videos like this. Anyways, as a magic action, while holding Tinker's tools, you can create one item in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of yourself, choosing an item from this list. So basically, you get an adventuring item, something in here. It's alright. It's fine. The item vanishes after 1 hour, which is terrible. You can use this equal to your int mod. Once again, I don't know why this isn't just proficiency bonus, honestly. I don't see the problem with multi-classing a level in Artificer to get magical tinkering. Like, who cares? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would need string for 1 hour. Or, like, a flask for 1 hour. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna fill up a bunch of water so we can go across this desert. And then, like, 45 minutes later, your flask disappears and the water spills all over your pants and you look like an idiot. And it's like, oh, well, magical tinkering, am I right? No, this feature's ass. So, we will go here. We'll say, it's fine, but I'd like some changes. Spellcasting. Wouldn't you know it, it's just spellcasting. It's like a paladin or a druid, except they get cantrips, and they're spellcasting, and they don't get a fighting style. I think, like, a part of me, I think that's a mistake. Yeah, especially because some of the Artificers want to play as, like, a semi-martial, so why not just give them cantrips as an option, and then actually give them fighting style? I don't see a problem with that, but they do. So, oh well. I can't write that here because there's not an option for that. But, you know, otherwise it's just spellcasting. It's nothing crazy. It's the exact same as the Paladin and Ranger list. I mean, not the spells, but you know what I'm talking about. Right, except they're like druids and clerics. Just change their whole spell list. Whatever. You know, who asked? It's fine. It's spellcasting. I don't have a problem with the feature. Replicate magic item. We will go down here. I mean, up here. Hello? Where is replicate magic item on here? Oh, here it is. I'm blind. You get 4 plans to learn from the magic item plans table. Wow. So basically you get to pick 4 items that you can craft. And this is any uncommon. Hold on, it says right here, right? Common magic item. Oh, this is the level 2 one. I see. Wait, is level 2 just any common magic item? Am I crazy? Oh, sorry. I just need to look at the wording for this. So you just make it. Magically. I mean, I get why wizards would want to do this. Because, I mean, as an artificer, you want the feeling of being able to craft things, but there's already crafting rules in the DMG now. And if they want to make an uncommon magic item, or a common one, I suppose, it takes time, it takes money, it takes materials. And there's lots of campaigns where just having a magic item magically spawn in is gonna destroy, like, the pacing and the balance. Like, a part of me is like, oh, just let your players have fun, but another part of me is just like, my players having fun. Look, it matters if I have fun too, right? If every single player has, like, dark vision and flight and, I don't know, like a ring of fireball or something, like, I'm not having fun. If just the Artificer has some of those things, that's sort of helps, but also I think the feature's just kind of lazy, honestly. I kind of liked the way that old Artificer worked a bit, where they had magic items, but they were, like, Artificer unique. So you kind of knew what you were playing with when someone was playing an Artificer. You knew what you were working around. They're just adding the old Artificer items to the magic item list as well, so it's not like they're gone, but it's This kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't like it very much. It doesn't really make me feel like I'm inventing something, you know? Which I think is what you want when you're playing an Artificer. Like, you want to feel like you're making something. Like you're crafting it. Like a robot or a golem or something. And just going, abracadabra, here's a magic item. That doesn't make any sense in flavor. It's kind of bullshit. Aside from it being broken. I don't know. I talked long enough, I suppose. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Level 3, right tool for the job. List of items you can create with magical tinkering now includes an artisan's tools. Yay! I mean, that's fine. Whatever. You can make tools with magical tinkering. that only lasting an hour is probably fine. I say, even though downtime is 8 hours, and if you're in downtime... Well, okay, downtime isn't technically. You know what I'm saying? You can make a tool, and it's like, oh, I want to work on this helmet. I want to smith this thing in downtime. In the crafting rules, you only have an hour. So do it again every hour until you run out, which is only 5 hours, actually, which sucks. So it winds up making this pretty useless. So actually, I'll say... You know what? Actually, if they just tweak magical tinkering to last longer, right tool for the job will be fine. Level 6, Magic Item Tinker. Your replicate magic item feature improves. You get this stuff. This isn't, like, healthy, right? I like giving +1 armor to my players. Most DMs don't. Most DMs do not give +1 armor or shields to their players, ever, because AC is very good. +1 weapons, on the other hand, is something else. That happens a lot. Most uncommon magic items aren't that bad, but there are some obviously broken ones that just being able to have magically out of nowhere, it's not good. It's not good for the game, I don't think. Outside of that, though, you can take one of your replicated magic items, eat it, and turn it into a spell slot. I guess it's fine. It seems kind of bad, honestly. Like, your magic item will almost always be more useful than a first level spell slot. Especially because now every class can ritual cast in 2024. At least I'm pretty sure that's true. I would check, but I'm just gonna say that I'm right. Okay, I was gonna pause. That's gonna be an annoying pause in real life, but I was like, oh, did the music die? Because the YouTube loves to do that thing where it's like, are you still listening? Anyway. My mind is a wreck. I am a menace who cannot stop yapping. In any case, it seems like garbage. I don't know why I would destroy a magic item. Like, the option being there is fine. Also, you can only do it once per long rest? Huh? Like, what? Oh, I guess technically it can go over your max. So you could just turn all your magic items, like your, say you have 2, you can only have 3. All right, 3 by this point. You can turn that all into, you can have 2 extra first level spell slots. So you could have 6 and a 3rd second level spell slot. Whoa, no, that's terrible. I don't like it. When you learn a plan for your replicate magic item feature, you can also choose the magic item plans. Yeah. I don't like it. It's bad. That's here, magic item tinker. Yeah, it's ass. Flash of Genius already was probably the best Artificer feature. As far as I'm aware, it's just better now. Take a reaction to add a bonus to the roll. Bonus equals your int mod. Let me just check Tasha's real quick to make sure this is good. Pretty sure it is. You can add your intelligence to the roll. It's basically the same. Except you can now use it if someone fails instead of before someone fails, which is just way better. So the Artificer's pretty much best feature is just way better. Yeah. You don't know how many times I have heard, can I use Flash of Genius? It's been a lot of times. Anyway, yeah, this is good. I like Flash of Genius. It's cool. Level 10, Magic Item Adept. Oh boy, here we go. You can now attune to 1 extra item. Good. I don't know why you wait until level 10 to be able to do that when, as an Artificer, by this point, you can already make enough magic items to where you want to attune the 4, but whatever. When you learn a plan for your replicate magic item feature, you can also choose from the magic item plans level 10. I've already talked about how I think this is bad. This is ass. I'm just gonna say I don't like it. Level 11, spell storing item. Right, you've probably heard this before. Spell storing item is a cool feature. I don't dislike it. However, I will say, they need to change the wording to say that you could use a spell of a bonus action, maybe, as well. Also, I think they should just reduce the uses of spell storing item. I don't think you need 10 fireballs. Hell, I have never needed 10 fireballs in between a long rest. As a full caster. So, I don't know. So sorry about the nasally voice today. I've got allergies. But yeah, I don't know. I think 5 is fine. You just, can do it with 5. I think also if the spell storing item has a... You know what? Even then, it being an action to use a bonus action spell is probably fine most of the time. I don't know how many times it's gonna explicitly matter if you're using a spell storing item, and it'll probably want you to use even less. But mostly it's because mass healing word bonus action. It's good. Alchemists get that at 9. It would give them something. I guess they could use Melf's Acid Arrow 10 times instead. It doesn't have to be a 3rd level spell. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes Alchemist, which was the worst, is still the worst, and will still be the worst. Less good. Just because a lot of the subclass spells are better than the default Artificer spells for 3rd level. Granted, using haste is nice, but you can only use it once. Using haste once is good. Using haste once and losing concentration on it and it wanting to do it 9 more times in a day is unlikely. So, I think it needs work. I like the concept, but it needs work. Magic item Savant. You can attune to 5 magical items. I think this is a fine time to attune to 5. I think attuning to 5 magic items is usually pretty good. Honestly, a lot of tables, I'm gonna tell you a secret, don't even follow attunement rules and don't care. But I am arguing from a point of good faith in which you are playing at a table who does care, and you are attuning to 3 magical items. If you even get magical items, I suppose. And also the bad thing that I don't care about. So, I don't like it. There you go. Red. Level 18, Magic Item Master. You can attune to 6 magic items. I feel like the difference between 14 and 18 isn't really all that important. Like, I mean, sure, it's 4 levels, I guess. If you're playing an EXP campaign, it matters, but usually, if you're past level 10, you're, like, leveled. I mean, that's a lie, but, like, it's kind of not a lie. Epic Boon, Soul of Artifice. That's it? It's just another one? Alright. I mean, that's good. I'll take it. If you're reduced to 0 but not killed, you can disintegrate a magic item created by your replicate magic item to drop to 20 instead of 0. If you have attunement to a magic item, you can add a d6 to any ability check. Ability check. Hang on, Soul of Artifice was really good before. You can +1 to all saving throws per magic item you're currently... That's way better. Huh? Why'd they nerf it so much? It's a level 20 feature. I went and looked at stuff before coming back here, I suppose. Magic item master, that's fine. Whatever. Epic boon, who cares? Soul of Artifice, why did they make it so bad? How do you feel about the addition of the following in the Artificer spell list? Less specifically about Homunculus Servant later. Alright, Elementalism. I've looked at it already. It's a cool cantrip. I'm fine with it. Arcane Vigor, it's a cool spell. I'm fine with it. Oh, True Strike. Yeah. I'm glad they get True Strike, actually. However, the one Artificer subclass that really wants to use True Strike will not be getting that much use out of it. So, we'll see. Anyway, I like this. Dragon's Breath. I don't know why, right? It's like, oh, it's like a flamethrower, but they could just get Burning Hands or something. Like, why Dragon's Breath specifically? Like, what? Let me just check to see. Level 2 spell. Concentration. Oh, you can use it on someone else? Yeah, alright. I can see it. It's kind of weird, but I can see the flavor. So I will say sure. Level 5, Circle of Power. Circle of Power. Level 5. So Artificers get this at level 17. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects in an aura. It's concentration for 10 minutes. Why would you concentrate on this as a level 17 Artificer? Like, am I crazy? If they make a save to take half damage, they take no damage. I mean, it's alright. Like, it's not terrible. I guess I'd rather have it than not have it. So, I don't know why it took so long to say that. Okay, it only lasts for an hour? Question mark? Just make it easily discernible so they don't sell spam this stuff. Like, who cares, right? It should last longer. What keeps you from rating spell storing item as green? Okay, too many uses. Also, not being able to use mass healing word on Alchemist really hurts its viability. What? I literally changed it. Alright, whatever. What keeps you from rating level 20 Soul of Artifice as green? Why is it so much worse than the Tasha's version? I just don't get it. Like, it's not like Artificer was broken. Artificer sucks. And yeah, their level 20 feature before was really, really good. But let them have it. They're level 20. Who cares? Have you played Alchemist? Sorta. Have you playtested the Unarched Arcana? No. How do you feel about the Alchemist subclass? I assume it's the UA version. I like it, but it needs changes. All right, here we go. Level 3, tool proficiency. Let's go look at the alchemist. You gain proficiency with alchemist supplies. Wow. In addition, if you brew a potion using the crafting rules in the DMG, the amount of time required to craft is halved. Which doesn't really matter at all, because to craft, like, the best potion, it takes, like, a year of in-game time. Because whoever was making the rules for 5th edition was cracked out of their mind. Like, they were on some stuff. So, you know, who cares? I suppose if you take this and the crafter feat, then it takes like 6 months. I mean, that's probably significantly underselling it, actually. Like, you'd have to look at the time. It's insane how poorly thought out that is. Anyway, yeah, whatever. It's tool proficiency. It's fine. Level 3, alchemist spells. Alright. Is this the sort of stuff you want as an alchemist? Let's see. Healing word, ray of sickness. I mean, I guess. Flaming sphere, Melf's acid arrow. No. What do you mean, flaming sphere? Oh, the alchemist has flaming sphere because of fire. Yup, because of fire. They already have dragon's breath. Why do they have flaming sphere? That doesn't make any sense. Gaseous form, mass healing word. This is fine. It kind of makes sense. Death ward, vitriolic spear. Sure. Cloud kill, raise dead. Yeah, I get it. It's fine. Hang on, actually. Oh, okay, yeah, it's this. Just making sure. Yeah, that's fine. A couple of these kind of just suck. But, I don't know. You don't have to change it. It's not the end of the world. Experimental elixir. You know what, actually, I'm just gonna say I'd like some changes. There you go. Level 3, experimental elixir. Whenever you finish a long rest while holding alchemist supplies. Very strange, by the way. It's like you have to sleep with your alchemist supplies or something. You can use that tool to magically produce 2 elixirs. For each elixir, roll on the experimental elixir table. Wow. So basically, at the beginning of each day, you get 2 potions. Let me just explain this to you in layman's terms, okay? The potions are random from this table. So you roll a d6 twice, you get 2 of them. If you roll a 6, you get to pick. Yippee. That in and of itself makes a pretty weak feature, but a fun one. We're all playing Math Rock Game to gamble at the end of the day, so I think it's fine that it's random. It is a bonus action now, which is great. We love bonus action potions. You can also use one of your spell slots to create another potion. But if you do that, you can pick. That's kind of nice, right? Sure, I guess. You can make another elixir at the end of your long rest, a total of 3 at 5, 4 at 9, 5 at 15. Speaking of which, I think, well, it would be nice if this stuff scaled at all, because it's really bad as it is. So, I'm going to go back here and say experimental elixir. I'd like changes. Level 5, alchemical savant. Whenever you cast a spell using an alchemist supply as your spellcasting focus. Strange, but sure. You gain a bonus to 1 roll. The roll must restore hit points, or be a damage roll that does acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage. Why necrotic damage, by the way? You're making potions. What do you mean necrotic damage? But whatever. The bonus equals your intelligence modifier. So that's kind of cool, right? It doesn't have to be a leveled spell either. So you could use Firebolt and add a +5 to it. That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's solid. Use Healing Word, you add 5 healing. Sure. I mean, I think that's just good. I don't know why it says a bonus to 1 roll of the spell, though, instead of just saying you add your intelligence modifier, because it doesn't, like, I feel like it would just be easier for people to understand what it does then. Unless it means if you roll 1d6 and you roll a 3, you can only get up to 6 instead of adding 5. I think that's dumb and almost certainly isn't what they meant, though. So I don't know. I don't get why they worded it that way. Either way, it's a good feature. It's actually pretty solid. Restorative reagents at level 9. You can incorporate restorative reagents into your works, granting following benefits. Whenever a creature drinks an elixir you created, they gain temp HP equal to your int plus your artificer level. That is pretty good. At this point, that's 14. You get 14 temp HP. That's pretty good. And you can cast Lesser Restoration without expending a spell slot and without preparing the spell, provided you use alchemist supplies and spellcasting focus. You can do so a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. You regain all uses. Finish a long rest. So yeah, this is really good. Lesser Restoration is solid. You get to do it essentially for free. I think you're happy to end an effect on one of your allies as a support that Lesser Restoration can do. You can do it 5 times for free. I think level 9 feature is pretty good. I like it. Level 15, Chemical Mastery. When you cast an Artificer spell that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison, you can also deal 2d8 force once per turn. So you can add 5 damage plus 2d8 damage to Firebolt every turn. That's pretty good. Granted, you're not gonna cast Firebolt every turn, right? But, you know, hell, if you're using your spell storing item, you can add 2d8, because it doesn't say you have to be using an alchemist supply for it. Although also, if we go up here, yeah, you could just make your spell storing item your alchemist supplies. So if you could just, if you had Fireball, you don't have Fireball, so sorry for getting your hopes up, but if you had Fireball, you could just store it in there, and every time you use it, you add 2d8 plus 5. That's crazy. You gain resistance to acid and poison. That's pretty good. I know people are probably gonna clown on it, but 2 damage resistances is solid. And you can cast Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron. Yeah, you could just do it. Pretty cool. Once per day? Yeah, once per day. You don't even need a material component. It's just good. I think this is a good spell too, and it fits the class. I like it. I'm a fan. It's good. Yeah. There you go. Why is alchemist spells green? No good 3rd level spell currently usable by spell storing item. Also, some of the spells are kind of bad. Alright. What keeps you from, this should scale at some point. Probably just double the numbers at 11 and it's fine. Cool. Have you played an armor character in 5th edition? Sort of. No. How do you feel about the armor subclass in the UA? I'm gonna say it's cool, but it could use some changes. Yeah, alright. Tools of the trade, level 3. Here we go. In training with heavy armor, you gain proficiency with smith's tools. If you have this proficiency, you gain another type of artisan tools. If you craft a non-magical or magic armor, the amount of time to craft is halved. Which, am I crazy? Or does that not matter? Right? Like, I think I must be crazy. Let's see. Level 2. Choose 4 plans. Okay, when you get an Artificer level... Yeah. When you finish a long rest, you can create an item if you have a Tinker's Tools in hand. When you reach certain... Okay, it doesn't... Just making sure that I'm right. It doesn't matter at all. Because they... if the crafting rules... Like, the crafting magic item rules exist as is in the DMG, which I think is good. I like those rules. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of money. Fine. This is useful. This is essentially useless because the Artificer can just magically spawn in armor. So, why do they care? They don't. That's simple. Anyway. So, I like this feature if they change the replicate magic item feature, which I think they will because I don't know if anyone likes it that much. Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's good. It's fine, as long as that one thing has changed. Level 3, armor spells. Honestly, armor, they should get shield. I'm sorry, they should get it. I know what you're probably thinking, but I think they should have shield instead of magic missile. So I'm just gonna say I'd like changes. I think the rest of the stuff is fine. Lightning bolt, fire shield, greater invisibility, wall of force, like this stuff is cool. Level 3, arcane armor. I think there is one problem with this. Right. So, this is fine. If no strength requirement, you can don or off as a utilize action. It attaches to you, can't be removed against your will. Yeah. So, I mean, all this is fine. Wait, that's it? That's the whole feature? Oh, okay. Sure. I don't care about that. It's a good feature. You can customize your armor. When you do so, choose one of the following models. They added another one, which is interesting. I would say that this was probably the best realized Artificer subclass already. Probably the best one. Just viability wise as well. Then they just added another option. So, yeah. It's cool. Also, adding your intelligence mod instead of strength or dex, very nice. And you can just switch it out whenever you do a short rest. That's crazy. I don't understand the flavor behind swapping your stealth suit to a dreadnought on a short rest. That's just me. That's how I feel. This is cool, though. You get a flail. You know, it's nice. It has reach. It's big. Yeah, I like the idea. I think pretty much anyone who wants to be in a mech suit loves the idea of being in like a Pacific Rim robot, you know? So I'm for it, you know? You can also push and pull creatures with a Wrecking Ball. Very cool. Guardian has the Thunder Gauntlets. I'm fairly certain this is all the same stuff as before. I do want to say there is one problem, and that's old infusions had the problem that you couldn't infuse things that mattered. Replicate Magic Item has the problem where you can't infuse things that matter either. You just make things. I don't like either of those problems. I think you should be able to, if you're playing Armor Artificer, use your feature to give your Wrecking Ball a +1, right? Or to give your Thunder Gauntlets a +1. Because as a Marshal, you're gonna fall behind if you can't improve your weapons. And hell, if your DM gives you like a +3 longsword, that's way better than your Thunder Gauntlets, and then it's just kind of lame. Because it's like, well, I have all these features that I'm just not gonna use. So, I don't know. So I don't know. That's my thought. I think just baseline, this is fine. Extra attack is fine. Level 9 armor replication. You learn a plan for your replicate magic item feature. It must be in the armor category. This is like I don't like it. I don't like it. Perfected armor. This is cool. Damage dice of your flail increases to 2d6, which is barely anything at level 15. They should just make it like, I mean, it's a 1d10 already. You might as well just make it a d12 instead. Like, why make it 2d6? Anyway, whatever. 2d6 is technically more than 1d12. Yeah, sure. Kind of. In theory. But, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of lame. But hey, your reach increases. That's pretty good. You can be even bigger, which in theory is cool, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. And you get fly speed. That's insane. You become a giant flying mech at level 15. I think inherently as a concept, that's gotta be one of the most, like, high-level things that exist in the game, right? It's like a lot of things are like, oh, at level 15, you get a really cool action. But this is just, you are a huge mech that can fly. It's like, what? That is insane. Guardian, your Thunder Gauntlets increase in damage. Wow. Just barely, I guess. And you can pull people. That's fine. It's pretty good. Damage die of your lightning launcher increases. If they take lightning damage, they glimmer, shed light, and have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Sure. You know? Why not? It's definitely the least interesting. Honestly, it's actually probably the least good as well, but it's there. The other infiltrator stuff is pretty good, so take what you can get. I don't know. Where are we? Level 15 perfected armor? It's fine. Bleh. Whatever. Green is fine. Armor spells is green. Armor should get shield. That's it. That keeps you from... I don't like the replicate magic items feature. That's pretty much it. You've played an artillerist. Kinda. Have you play tested the artillerist class? No. How do you feel about the Artillerist subclass? I like them. I need some changes. I will always feel that way, I think. I think most things can be improved. Hell, I think one of the best things they did was the UA Ranger the first time they did it. And then they neutered it, and it's terrible now. And I, like, am playing a Ranger in 2024, and it's fine, I guess. But man, they made them way worse. Not only that, they're a lot worse than they were in the old rules too, because you can't even use Sharpshooter anymore. The best way to play them is a melee ranger, probably 2-weapon fighting, I guess, or Shillelagh, one of the two. I don't know. I'm not talking about ranger right now. It's fine. How do you feel about the artillery subclass? Tool proficiency. G. Tool proficiency. You get woodcarver's tools. When you create a wand, time to craft a shaft. I think this is fine. I'd be more okay with it if replicate magic item didn't exist. I already said this. Artillery spells, they get shield, which I don't totally get. They get fireball, shatter, wind wall, ice storm, cone of cold, wall of force. It's fine. I'm okay with this. Eldritch cannon. Yeah, so we've all seen this stuff. The protector cannon is generally just the best one here. Just give people temp HP. It's pretty cool. I don't know. You can make a guy. Yeah. I don't know. There's not a lot to say. We've seen it before. Bonus action on each of your turns. It'll do one of these things. At 3, Flamethrower and Force Ballista are pretty good. Especially Force Ballista, because it can be so far away and it just helps it. Protector tends to just be the most useful. It's a bonus action every turn to give someone 5 guaranteed temp HP plus a D8. It's alright. Arcane Firearm. Right. I should just say this is fine. Eldritch Cannon's alright. Level 5 Arcane Firearm. When you finish a long rest, you can use Woodcarver's tool to craft sigils into an object. You craft them onto a different item, the sigils. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if you use an Artificer spell, you can roll a d8, add it to the damage rolls. That's it. That's what it does. Like, would people be mad to use this? It's like, no, right? But is it boring? Yeah, it is. You just add a d8 to your offensive spells once. That kind of sucks. Like, you use Scorching Ray, and it's like, here's an extra D8. It's my level 5 feature. It's not very cool. I don't like it. Explosive Cannon. Every Eldritch Cannon you create is now more destructive. Yeah, you can make it explode. Which is fine, I guess. Might as well, if it dies. I feel like you should just be allowed to kill your own cannon, though. Like, just, oh, self-destruct. Also, the cannon's damage rolls increase by a d8 here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Like, it now does 3d8 of each of its damage types. Why not 2d8 temp HP? Literally at level 9, it doesn't matter. So there's just no reason why I wouldn't change that. Fortified position. You're master at forming well-defended emplacements. You can have 2 cannons. Yo, that's crazy. You can create 2 with the same magic action, but not with the same spell slot, and you can activate both of them with the same bonus action. You can't create a 3rd cannon while you have 2. You and your allies have half cover while within 10 feet of your Eldritch Cannon. I mean, that's pretty cool. Actually, I think this is fine. This is a totally okay feature. Cool. It's boring. I don't know. Let it also add +1 to hit, I guess, or something else. It's kind of bad. Alright. Add 1d8 to the protector as well. Thanks. Have you played a Battlesmith in 5th edition? No. No. How do you feel about the Battlesmith? I don't like it at all. I think it's like my least favorite Artificer subclass because I think it is mechanically confused. It's good, but I don't like it. Let me break it down for you. Anyway. Tool proficiency. Yeah. I mean, you know, we've been here, we've seen this. Gain proficiency with Smith's tools. If you have this proficiency, you gain proficiency in another artisan's tools. If you craft a magic weapon, the time to craft is halved. Great. It's fine. Battlesmith spells. They get shield too. What the heck? At this point, just add shield to the Artificer spell list, right? But whatever. Heroism, shield, shining smite, warding bond. Aura Vitality, Conjure Barrage, Aura Purity, Fire Shield, Banishing Smite, Mask Your Wounds. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Level 3, Battle Ready. Wow, when you attack with a magic weapon, you can use your Int mod instead of Strength or Dex. That's fine. Gain proficiency with martial weapons. That's fine. But you will almost never want to craft yourself a magic weapon unless... You could just make yourself like a rare magic weapon eventually, I guess, that's broken. That your DM probably doesn't want you to have. But if you just get one early, then you aren't going to want to craft one. Like, whatever. That's not really the point. Battle Ready. Battle Ready's fine. I like it. This is where it starts to get me no likey. Tinkering has born you a companion, a steel defender. You determine the defender's appearance and whether it has 2 legs or 4. It doesn't affect it. It's friendly to you and your allies and obeys you. It vanishes if you die. It acts during your turn. It can move and take its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is the dodge action unless you take a bonus action to command it. Anyway, I don't like this, right? You can't use your bonus action for, like, Polearm Master or 2-weapon fighting or something. So you're forced to use the Steel Defender. The Steel Defender is okay. If you work with optional flanking rules, it kind of helps you be a marshal. But it's like having to pick between being a bad marshal or a bad summoner. I'd rather just be a good marshal and then have another Artificer subclass that's a good summoner. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I don't like it. So, Steel Defender, don't like it at all. I just don't want it to be in the kit. Extra attack is fine. I will say, I think this extra attack should be the same as Eldritch Knight's new one, and also Blade Singer's old one, that lets you replace one of your attacks with a cantrip. Then you can True Strike as well, which is nice. You don't necessarily need to do that, I guess, but I think it would make this subclass feel better, and I think they should do it. So, actually, I'm just gonna say yellow, and then to say that. Level 9, Arcane Jolt. If you hit with an attack roll, using a magic weapon or your Steel Defender hits a target, you can channel magic energy through the strike. 2d6 force damage. Or one object you can see, and you heal 2d6. You can use this a number of times equal to your int mod, but also only once a turn. So at level 9, it's probably 5 times. So 5 times you can do 2d6 extra damage on a turn. It's okay. I like that you can also heal. It's cool. However, I don't like the Steel Defender at all. So what I would do is, well, I'd probably just make it where you could use this more. Especially because store magic item is twice your int mod, right? So this should just be twice your int mod, I think. And also fuck the Steel Defender. But I think it's fine. If the Steel Defender's gone, they'll figure out how to make it useful. Level 15, Improved Defender. I'm just gonna say Arcane Jolt and Steel Defender become more powerful. The extra damage and healing of your Arcane Jolt increases to 46. Pretty good. Defender gains 2 AC. Who cares? When your Steel Defender uses a deflect attack, they take force damage. Yeah, I just, like, once again, I don't want it. I don't want the Steel Defender. Yep. There you go. I think it should be worded like Eldritch Knight or I guess Valor Bard has it too, or Valor Bard. What keeps you from... I don't like the Defender in a class I feel should be a Marshal or a Summoner and not both. Otherwise, the feature is fine. Have you playtested the new spells or magic items? Of course not. How do you feel about Homunculus Servant? Alright, Homunculus Servant. Level 2 spell. Artificer. Summon a spectral homunculus. Spectral? Why? It's a tiny construct neutral. Why call it a homunculus? And also, why make it spectral if it's a construct? What? Why not just say that it's... yeah, like... winged vials, miniature animate cauldrons. Why not just say you summon it like a physical homunculus? Sure. Homunculus is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dex save. Force strike. Hold on, what's its action economy? Does it just go after you? It's an ally, it shares your initiative, takes its turn after you. Okay. So... you cast a spell that has a range of touch with the homunculus. Okay. I like this. I don't know, I like it. Suggested to an effect that allows you to make a dex save and only takes half damage if it succeeds. Yeah. I think this is fine. It just shoots something every round, and you can have it use touch spells on people. It's basically just a better familiar. That's it. I don't really know why it's called Homunculus Servant, and not, like, Robot Servant. And I don't know why it's Spectral. But I think it's fine. It's not any better or worse than a regular familiar, so if you don't like familiar rules as is, you probably won't like this. And if you do, you probably will, so... sure. How do you feel about new magic items? Alright, here we go. Boots of Winding Path. Uncommon wondrous item. So this is something that a Artificer can just spawn in. What can you do? You can take a bonus action to teleport 15 feet. Wait, what? Oh wait, you must have occupied that space at some point? Oh, so you can walk up to someone, hit them, and then teleport back? Okay. It's neat? Sure. It's kind of written strangely, but I assume some tweaks will cover that. Helm of Awareness. While wearing this helmet, you have advantage on initiative rolls. What? Who cares? There's so many things in the game that already do that. But also something else, like the Sentinel Shield, that gives you a shield. But also it gives you initiative on perception and initiative rolls. I don't know, this sucks. Who cares? Mind Sharpener. Is it the same as it was? It has 4 charges. You fail a con save, maintain concentration, you take a reaction. Yeah. Mind Sharpener is Pog. This is the best item in the game. I mean, not really, but like, I'm just saying, if you are playing a druid who likes to concentrate on spells and you have an artificer that gives you one of these bad boys, you are very happy. Very, very happy. Radiant Weapon. Okay. It's a magic +1 weapon. And it can glow. This is rare. It's a glowing +1 weapon that can blind things on a DC 15 con save? This is horrible. Radiant Weapon, yellow. Repeating Shot. Magic Weapon. It's a +1 weapon. It ignores the loading property. And it makes ammunition. This is fine. Repulsion Shield. It's a +1 shield. You know, we stand a +1 shield. It has 4 charges. You can take a reaction to expend a charge and move the attacker 15 feet away. They don't even have to make a save, which is nice. I think this is fine. Returning Weapon. It's a +1 weapon. And it's a boomerang. Yep. I mean, sure. Spell Refueling Ring. While recovering this ring, you can recover 1 spell slot as a bonus action. The recovered slot can be of level 3 or lower. Just an extra spell slot in a ring. It's uncommon. It's fine. It's good enough, I suppose. Awareness. It sucks. There's a lot of items that do this already, but better. This sucks. DC 15 con is never being failed by the time you can spawn in a +1 item as an artificer. Yeah, this is terrible. Okay. Where am I from? I'm from Afghanistan. I'm sure you can tell by my accent. And the language I speak. Anyway, which of the following represents your racial or ethnic heritage? Damn, I don't know. Honestly, I think I might be Afro-Caribbean. What the fuck? Honest. What the fuck is this? Non-Hispanic white Euro-American. Huh? What? Bro, if you're from Spain, sorry that like happened to you. Which of these best describes your gender? I am a formless being. Yep. Thank you for taking our survey. Alright, there you go. I want the Artificer to be cool just as much as anyone else, so if you're upset at some of the things I said, I apologize, but it is true nonetheless. Thank you for joining me. Probably cut only like 10 minutes out of this. It's an hour, over an hour long. Anyway, whatever. Thank you for joining me. Hope you'll be here next time. Peace.